opening remarks, I'd like to introduce Sir Edison de Guzman. He is the president of VBusiness, and he will just start off our morning. Sir Edison, are you there?
Yeah, good morning. Do you hear
Good
me?
morning.
Yeah.
Yes, we can hear you. You're loud and clear.
Okay, thank you, Mia. But before that, let me ask everyone for a short prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this opportunity to bless you and honor you. Lord, continue to bless the work of our hand, and thank you, Lord, for all the attendees today. Thank you for the organizer, and thank you for the facilitator as well as the speakers. Lord, thank you for this moment that we will share the knowledge and some services that we can leverage on in AWS. So Lord, everything to you all the glory and honor in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so thank you, Mia. And again, thank you, everyone, and thank you for this day. Good morning, and for the time you join us today for our virtual event. So rise up on the cloud for real estate. Let's give everyone a hand of applause. It's almost a year since we started working from home, and we at VBusiness already hosted a series of pre-webinars to introduce different kinds of solutions across different industries. So thank you, Beeline, and thank you, AWS, for the collaboration. It was a great experience during the pandemic, as we are also aiming for a better and safer way of course, operating in this new normal of post-pandemic. So a lot of experience, a lot of different scenarios and situations. But again, we surpass this kind of level of working from home. Okay, so at the same time goes for our today's webinar, which addresses especially for our real estate industry. So we know that maintaining a good customer relationship are very important to grow. So the business and at the same can be said. So in our drive to deliver a quality service on the best way we can. So we hope that today's session will be a great help to you, as well as we learn how we can maximize the cloud technology in innovating the real estate to adapt digitally. So for our audience that may not be from the real estate sector, we hope that this webinar can also help your company identify which applications you can adapt for your operations as well. So again, welcome everyone for our today's session, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the session. So yeah, so the team is here so to give you a guidance to your cloud adoption and to your journey. So thank you for giving us this time and this opportunity. Okay, thank you, and God bless us all. Thanks, Mia.
Okay, thank you for those words, Sir Edison. Very inspiring naman po. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, before we begin, before I introduce you to our next speaker, I will be launching a short poll for everyone to answer, just so that we get a feel of who we have in the audience right now. Okay, so let me just quickly launch that. Okay, guys. So if you turn to the screens, you will be able to see the poll question. What department do you belong to? So are you part of the executive department, which is the mga C-level, CXOs? Are you part of the IT department? Are you from sales and marketing? Or are you from accounting and finance? And if we didn't mention your department, kind of select others. All right. So I see votes still coming in. All right. Okay. All right. Let me give you a few more seconds. so that everyone gets a chance to put in which department you belong to. All right, let me give you 10 more seconds. Okay, see, votes are still trickling in. All right. All right. Let me share those results very quickly just to see. Oh, everyone in the audience can see. All right, so we don't have any C levels in the audience. We have sales and marketing and others. All right, and then at 31%, 23% accounting and finance, and for the IT department, it's 15%. Okay. All right. So without further ado, let me just introduce you to our next speaker. So our next speaker will be talking about VBusiness, and she will be doing a solutions overview for VBusiness before we begin. Her name is Miss Renita Entuna. She is the Cube AM for Enterprise and ProServe. Miss Renita, are you there?
Hi,
Miss Ren?
Nia.
Hi, okay. Good morning.
Good
Let me make you
morning.
presenter very quickly. All right.
Okay. Let me share my
Okay, take it away.
screen. Okay. Okay. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. So, let me first introduce myself. My name is Ren Entuna, AM of Cube team at VBusiness Software and Solutions Inc. So let me start off with the VBusiness Solutions overview. I can. So while Mia, can you share my PowerPoint? I can.
Sure. Let me help
I
you out.
think there's a technical difficulties on
Okay,
my.
no worries. Let me just quickly share my screen. Sorry guys, you know how it is when you're working from home. We really encounter these technical glitches. Hold on. All right. There we go. Okay, Miss Ren.
Okay, so
Go
yan.
ahead.
Okay na. So good morning, everyone. Again, thank you for joining us today. So my name is Ren Entuna, AM of Cube team at the Business Software and Solutions Inc. Next slide, please. Okay, so let me start off with the VBusiness software and solutions overview. So VBusiness is one of the spin-off company of Value Line System and Solutions Corp, which is 20 years now in the IT industry. So other spin-off companies are um, Straight Club Solutions Inc., focusing on application development. We have B1G2 Technologies International Inc., So they are the exclusive distributor of ESET security solutions here in the Philippines. And of course, VBusiness Software and Solutions Inc., focusing more on cloud services. Okay, so other services we offer, we have YezPo Chatbot, our 24/7 customer support AI. And of course, VBusiness as EXA CRM or customer relation management to help you your business improve sales management from lead management up to closing of projects. So we do have Sunrise Media for video streaming solutions. So VBusiness also offers Earnest. So Earnest is an e-business solutions which supports green environment by providing automated solution in cloud infrastructure. So all systems are powered by AWS. Okay, the business is ISO certified 9001 for quality management and ISO 27001 for information security management as well. Next slide, please. Okay, so VBusiness is and consulting is a cloud consulting partner of Amazon Web Services here in the Philippines for both commercial and public sector. So VBusiness is also an immersion day and solution provider partner of AWS here in the Philippines. Next slide, please. So it is a breadth of cloud solutions resulting from VBusiness extensive years of security and implementation expertise with technology powered by AWS. So we do cloud consulting, migration services, web and email hosting. So you may visit our website, vbusiness.ph, to see packages we're offering. And of course, manage services. Later on, discuss natin yan. Next slide, please. So VBusiness is here to help you from day one of your cloud journey and beyond. So first, cloud consulting. Here, we analyze data to determine which cloud solutions would best meet the client's need. So our team would also make recommendations based on their analysis. We also provide, of course, cloud architecture design for cloud consulting. Next, migration and deployment. Here, we assess the workload. Of course, we plan, which includes solutioning. Next, migrate the workload from on-prem to cloud and optimize the environment to help the companies reduce operating expenses. Siyempre, gusto natin makatipid din ang mga kliyente. Next, cloud security. So usually, this is more on server hardening, VPN setup. It also provides recommendation for additional layer of security. And of course, managed services. So in managed services, we do cloud infra management, cloud security management, billing and cost optimization, as well as application management for the applications developed by Value Line or VBusiness. Next, we have, of course, in VBusiness, we have DevOps team. So they're responsible for the design, implementation, and migration of services. So we do also have use cases for Windows, SAP, VMware, and migration. So later on, I'm going to show you yung some of our clients na ang service natin. Okay, next, of course, we have website and application development, backup and storage. So it includes archiving, disaster recovery, and file storage. Next, end user computing. So we have workspaces, AppStream, and WorkDocs, all powered by AWS. And the last, AIML, so we have Chatbot, extract, data analytics, contract tracing. So yes, next slide, please. So benefits of AWS first coverage. AWS has 80 availability zones across 25 geographic regions with plans to launch more easy and geographic regions. Next, speed. Amazon instances can be spin up in minutes and terminated anytime. And of course, scalability. AWS can be scaled up and down dynamically to support your requirements, paying only for what you need. Next, security and compliance. So we have 50 plus, or AWS have 50 plus compliance certificates across different industry and country. Next, of course, CapEx versus OpEx. We can save on CapEx with the convenient pay-as-you-go OpEx model. So we can save a lot. And the last, SLA, service level agreement. So with a minimum of 99.9% monthly uptime commitment. Next slide, please. So products on mobile and cloud platform, we have Exa CRM, Cloud CRM. So let's make your sales task easier with Exa CRM. Here you can streamline all the business processes from marketing, customer relations, up to sales and inventory in a single platform. Next, we have a Cube payroll system. So it is a human resource functions such as retirement, payroll process, and timekeeping. It can be managed in one platform. YezPo Chatbot. Of course, our customers never cease to have inquiries about everything. YezPo Chatbot will cater your customers' questions 24/7. Next, Sunrays Media. So have your very own 24/7 streaming platform in your own brand. So we can access it via TV or mobile anytime, anywhere. And the last, we have care information system. So it is an automated and online hospital solutions for better management of patient information, such as medical and treatment records, inventory, sales, and reports. Next slide, please. So VBusiness solution offering through partners, we have ESET. So, of course, ESET security, comprehensive protection for your everyday online activities. Lalo na ngayon, di ba, we are working from home or, di ba, online classes are really there. Okay, F-Core, so we have SAP B1 HANA, so it ends streamlined for your end-to-end operations. Gain instant access to complete information and accelerate profitable growth. And the last, Cisco. So we're partnering with Cisco as well. So here we provide your organization with solutions from networking and data center to collaboration such as Cisco, WebEx, and security. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, so showing you now some of the companies we're handling for your references. So yan. Okay. Ayan. So next slide po, Mia. Okay, that ends my presentation. So if you have further questions, feel free to reach me out. So here's my email address on screen. Thank you so much for the time and have a great day, everyone.
Okay, thanks, Ms. Ren. Okay, so now we know about VBusiness and what they can do for you. Before we proceed to the next speaker, I'd like to do another short poll. So this is because majority of you were that you answered that you were in sales and marketing. So this might be relevant for you. Let me just launch that poll very quickly. And we want to know, do you currently make use of a chatbot to reach your customers? So if you take a look at your screen right now, you can answer our poll. Do you currently make use of a chatbot to reach your customers? All right. So less than half of you have voted. Let me give you another 30 seconds so that you can still cast your vote. All right, I still see some votes coming in. Okay. Hey, let us know. Let us know if you are currently using a chatbot to reach your customers in your business. All right. Okay, I think there are still some people who have not voted yet. Let's give them around 10 more seconds so that we can see. All right. Okay. I think more than half of you answered the poll. Let me just close it and share the results very quickly. So this will prime us for our next speaker. So do you currently make use of the chatbot to reach your customers? So out of our entire audience, 60% have said no, and 40% have said yes. So that's very interesting. Okay. Okay, let me just. So I'd like to introduce our next speaker. So she is the team leader for business operations in VBusiness. And today she'll be talking about enhancing customer experience through the YezPo chatbot. Okay, so that's why we asked that question previously. So our next speaker is Miss Junie Lynn Bartolata. Miss Junie Lynn, are you there?
Hi everyone, good morning. Yes,
Hi,
thank you,
Miss Junie. Good
Mia.
morning. I made you presenter na, so you can now share your screen. All right.
Yes, okay, already done sharing my screen. Kita na po ba?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Yes. Wow, thank you so much for that, Paul. Hi everyone. So this is a very interesting result. So by the way, good morning everyone. So this is Junilene Bartelata, team lead for the business operation and account manager from the Business Software and Solutions Inc. So let me share to you how YezPo Chatbot can help your business enhance your customer experience. But first, let's have a short recap. Okay, short recap what happened last year. Okay, so as we all know, year 2020 is a hard year for all of us. So we experienced pandemic, which affects our economy, and quarantine that limits our movement, especially our physical contact with our target market. But there's also positive happening last year. So pandemic can stop us from doing our business, and technology helped us to adapt in these changes. Okay, so based on the study of National Association of Realtors, 50% of home buyers look for listing on the web, since internet simplifies the search process for customer. On the other hand, it raises the bar for the real estate companies, and there's a need to keep up with the competition both offline and online. So for that reason, we need to have the right technology and know the trend in the market that will help us improve our business and customer engagement. Okay? So here is the customer experience trends for 2021. So it will help us understand the importance of chatbot, not only in our business, but also in building relationship with our clients. So first is customer service will get increasingly conversational, meaning business need to adopt digital solution to keep customers satisfied and continue growing their businesses. So this implies shifting the customer engagement. So from pull model from the push model, meaning when we say push strategy is to push the product at a customer, while the pull strategy pulls the customer towards a product. So push strategy is a quick way, okay, to move a customer from awareness to purchase, while the pull strategy is about creating an ongoing relationship with your brand. So second is personalization is the key to build data relationship. Okay, so this pandemic, okay, it accelerate already the rising consumer expectation for corporate authenticity. So requiring brand to be more transparent about their data sources and to build data relationship with customers. So based on their consent and trust. So third is performance insight and analytics. So this year, 2021, we will start to see that companies tap into thousands of conversations occurring every day in the workplace. For what? To analyze and better understand what impacting motivation and productivity. And of course, the rise of chatbot as a virtual assistant. So of course, now this is the generation of next gen customers. So our customer are very tech savvy and no more look for time consuming support driven by human operation. So with chatbot on board, your website or app enables user to personally search for the information of the property they want to buy or rent. So that's are the customer experience trend for this year. Okay. So first, what is chatbot? So majority of our poll says that they don't use chatbot in their business. So we need to understand what is chatbot. So chatbot is a program designed to stimulate human conversation over the internet. So chatbot answer questions and perform tasks using artificial intelligence. So later on, we will discuss, okay, how chatbot will help real estate agents and real estate companies and other companies improve their business and customer experience. So that is our main agenda. But before that, let me give you a two sample scenario on how real estate industry can use YezPo chatbot. Okay, so first, great customer experience. Okay, great customer experience is all about personalization. So personal virtual assistants such as YezPo chatbot will help make the customer buying journey be much more effective. Okay, and when lots of customer search and behavioral data is analyzed and gathered, you can win the loyalty of your customer via more targeted offering and tailored brand promotion. So another sample scenario is YezPo chatbot for contactless health declaration. So with YezPo chatbot, we can use the power of AI for COVID-19. So contact tracing through contactless health declaration. So this will enable real estate establishment have an easier and safe way to trace tenants and visitors. So no more face-to-face or traditional way of gathering the information of your tenants or visitors every time they enter your establishment. So this is the more and much safer way. Okay, so let me proceed. So there's three types of chatbot uses. So first is informational. So the simplest type and usually involves providing general information such as FAQs, news stories, and push notifications. So second is transactional. Okay, so it allows user to complete a transaction and even interact like booking, scheduling of meetings, visitations, and alike. So typically, it requires the user to be authenticated into their user account. So third is advisory. So this is more on an AI. So self-learning chatbot are the next evolution for the chatbots. So it will able to learn based on the customer interaction to determine appropriate process. So dun tayo papasok. Okay, so yes po, chatbot features. So next slide, yes. Okay, so chatbot is integrated with Facebook Messenger platform. So make the most of your Facebook pages and websites. So thanks to chatbot and one-click integration with Messenger, you can add a conversational YezPo chatbot to your Facebook page. Without coding, with this functionality, you can answer customer questions and queries 24/7 and deliver a consistent customer experience across multiple communication channels. So what we have more on these features, it set up key phrases and corresponding bot replies. It also have defined all the blocks with corresponding content and information. It also have live support. It can generate reports and of course broadcast messages to specific groups. So benefit of using YezPo chatbot. Okay, so increase productivity and efficiency and customer service online 24/7. So this is very important. So real estate agent cannot answer every call or chat from a customer. They're running around holding meetings, trying to sell or rent properties. However, every time they can't respond to questions immediately, they risk losing a potential customer. So data shows that almost 78% of buyer stick with the agent who answers them first. If that's the case, a real estate agency can either hire a team of agents who can answer prospects' call, chat, and email all day, or implement YezPo chatbot. So Smart Assistant don't take breaks and can support multiple customers at the same time. They can take over simple tasks from human agents such as answering common questions, collecting contact details, and promoting rental listings. By using YezPo chatbot, you get a chance to indirectly connect with more prospects and engage them in the real estate sales process. So another interactive marketing platform. Sorry, I haven't. Okay. Interactive marketing platform, convenient and accurate customer experience, reduce manual effort. So chatbot have changed the way people search for rental listing. So helping real estate business to acquire digital client is much easier. So getting a user on your website is half the battle. The second challenge is to keep them there. So YezPo chatbot greetings can help prevent user from leaving your site and engage them with your rental offerings. There's a short chat invitations and let you proactively engage with your website visitor. So with YezPo chatbot, you can create a different greeting for visitors interested buying, renting, and as well as qualify the lead based on their needs. So instead of filling out long forms, prospect can now effortlessly search for listing while chatting with a virtual assistant. So YezPo chatbot can ask user about their budget, type of properties, and the location they're interested in. So this help YezPo chatbot find matching listing in its database and present them to prospect immediately using attractive cards. So users can quickly verify whether they are interested in the agency listings and leave their contact details so you can get in touch with them later. So how about the schedules, meeting, and property tours? Okay. A good relationship with customer is a building block in a successful sales scale. Okay, call, live chats, and face-to-face meeting are crucial in establishing relationship and getting to know customers' need. The problem is that you can't engage with all your prospects at the same time. So you need to schedule meetings. So YezPo chatbot can help do that efficiently. Additionally, YezPo chatbot can schedule a call with you or even let a person call your team directly using the live support. With chatbot, all the conversations are saved in the archive so that your team can easily catch up with a customer case and deliver personalized service. How about ability to forecast and the right options and cost savings? Okay, so if you want to attract renters and buyers, having attractive property is a must. However, having listing that matches your customer interest and budget is even more important. That is why you need to learn the ins and outs of your local real estate market. You can do that by browsing your competitors' listing, studying demographic information, searching local forums, or the easier way, launch YezPo Chatbot to your business. So YezPo Chatbot can have multiple conversations every day and collect a lot of data about your target audience. During that time, the information gathered during chats can help determine what type of properties are most often searched, which location are the most popular in your area, or what the average budget is for your prospect. So by knowing more about your local market, you can tailor listing to customers' need and better target your future marketing campaigns. So we're talking about our market. So connect with younger customers. So younger generation are more tech savvy, as I've said earlier. So statistics shows that more than half of millennials prefer to contact brands via live chat rather than by phone. So this is vital information to real estate agents because in 2018, millennials made up 37% of all residential buyers. So by using YezPo chatbot, you get a chance to connect with that group of customers and can stand out from competitors who haven't adjusted their selling methods. To summarize how YezPo chatbot, how VBusiness can help you, the real estate industry, first, customer engagement and retention. Second, instant solution for FAQs, 24/7 availability for customer assistance, appointment booking, and contactless health declaration. Okay, so this will end my presentation. Thank you so much. And if you have any questions with regards to chatbot, here is my contact information. You can chat me, you can email me, and please do visit our website as well for more information about our companies. And thank you so much. Miss Mia, back to you.
Thank you, Miss Junie. Okay, so now that we've learned all about how you can use a chatbot in the real estate industry, I would like to welcome our next speaker who will be talking more about AWS now for real estate engineering and construction. So I'd like to welcome to the floor the AWS Philippines Senior Partner Development Manager, Mr. Marnie Tolosa. Sir Marnes, are you there?
Yeah, hi Mia. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Sir
Yeah, Mia,
Marnes.
could you present my slides, please?
Yes, hold on. Let me just quickly present my screen. Okay. All right.
Yeah. All right. So I just wanted to turn on my video and greet everyone. A very good morning, and thank you for joining us today together with our partner Value Line and VBusiness. During the course of my presentation, I will be turning off my video so I can save on bandwidth. All right. So
Sir Marnes.
let me start. Again, my name, yeah. So my name is Marnie Tolosa. I am the Senior Partner Development Manager in AWS Philippines. More than when we talk about real estate, it's not um, uh, appropriate if I don't extend the discussion to include engineering and construction. Mainly because when you talk about real estate, it has to include both engineering and construction. Hence, extending my presentation to include both real estate as an owner, as a user, at the same time you building the buildings and the cities and the communities. Next slide, please. Next slide, please, Mia. Yeah. So a brief profile about myself. So I've been in the industry for more than 34 years. I specific to real estate and engineering construction. My background is engineering, hence the love for smart buildings and all those. In my engagement before in two companies that I've worked for, in Cisco and Microsoft, I led the practice of smart buildings and smart cities. In the Philippines, when we started that practice 2008, 2009, we've seen big developers adopting early to the concept. 10 years from then on, we've actually seen almost 80% of the real estate industry not just embracing but adopting the technologies that was preached or related to smart buildings and smart cities. Next slide, please. So what better way to start my presentation with this particular illustration or image that shows our world today. And as mentioned by Junie a while back in her presentation on chatbots, uh, everyone, if almost everyone, if not everyone, is actually using digital already. We are, if you are a user of Facebook, Instagram, in all the social media, there's no system also in any office that's not using a computer system. There is also no company that's not using any application. So whether you are in the real estate industry or any other industry, specifically for engineering construction, digital technologies is a common thing. And that's the reason why a lot of companies have been building new buildings, smart buildings, because of the use of technology, digital technology for that matter. And what we're doing right now is sharing with you how companies are leveraging both cloud and digital for their business in both real estate and engineering and construction. So what better way to build smart cities with the use of or powered by cloud and digital technologies? Next slide, please. And anywhere you see in any, whether you're at home, residential, or whether you're in a building, in a condominium, or you're in an office space or in a plant, data is everywhere and data is available as you go in. So whether your building has a CCTV, an access control, you would see digital signages or fire alarm systems. All these are actually systems that collects data. And that's the reason why all of our buildings and communities and cities, uh, data is breathing life into these buildings using the things that's connecting us to these systems. So in any given point in time, in any building, we see more than 1 million live data points, whether it's coming from access control, CCTV. However, the big challenge of building owners and engineering construction firms and even residential users is that they have too many systems. They have too many phones, too many applications. Um, so monitoring, measuring, and managing these systems have been has been very challenging. And the question now is not anymore, is there data available? The big question now is how do I make sense of this data? So collecting data alone for the purpose of data collection is useless. We need to find value on this data so that it could breathe life and improve experience in the building, especially for the tenants and guests that's actually residing in these buildings or working in in these buildings. Next slide, please. So in 2020, because of what the pandemic did, uh, almost all companies have had to accelerate their adoption to digital technology and cloud. Work from home demanded companies to adjust and adapt to the use of technology. Protective gears, body cams for military and defense. All these are actually adoption and acceleration of the use of technology. Specific for real estate, engineering, construction, the use of data and create new insights from this data has also accelerated. So data is available, check, but likewise making sense of the data to make sure that the performance of the building is evaluated, and the condo owners or the condo property managers could also improve their decision making, and likewise proactively communicating notifications to the residents, tenants, and users is what uh, cloud and digital technology has helped the industry. If you are in the construction and engineering segment, we've seen about half of the companies using tracking mechanism to make sure that equipments and assets are utilized in any given time. Key to any engineering, construction, and real estate company is to make sure that my project is on time and on budget. Um, Another technology that's being adopted and accelerated in the industry is the use of drones to make sure that or to validate that the progress of the construction happens. So there's so many technologies at play in both real estate and engineering construction, where cloud and digital technology has been not just embraced but likewise accelerated. Next slide, please. So what we're doing is actually converting data that we are collecting today to useful data that creates value. So what's the fundamental value of this? So rather than just seeing a number from a system or from an application, what I'm doing is collecting all this. A good example is seeing now at summer when when our average heat outside of the building rises from 30 to 40 degrees. Buildings also adjust to make sure that the tenants inside the buildings stay comfortable and stay at their convenience. So what we're doing is looking at possible trends or behaviors of data, both inside and outside of the building, so that we can address a specific purpose for that segment. So in a building, for example, the three fundamental purpose is safety, sustainability, and social connectivity. There are other real estate companies and engineering construction firms that has expanded the value of their data to help them drive the intent of why they're doing this. So with this data today, we're able to look at what would be the value of that data for that building tomorrow. Remember that buildings and cities lives 40, 50 years. In the Philippines, for example, a building lasts from 15 to 50 years. There are even buildings in the Philippines that's more than 100 years. So imagine how I would use data today so that I can effectively effectively manage data and my building for tomorrow and henceforth. Next slide, please. So I'll pause at this point and I'll ask Mia to ask two questions from a few questions from the audience to have a feel of where you are right now with your adoption on cloud and digital technology in the real estate and engineering and construction industry. Mia?
Okay, sige, Sir Marns. All right. So we'd like to know from the audience, how do you currently use your data? So let me just launch that poll very quickly. Okay. All right. So you can select one of the following answers. All our activities and decisions are data-driven. 50% of our operations and activities are data-driven. 25% of our operations and activities are data-driven. Or we do not use and collect data. So we'd like to know, how do you currently use the data that you have at hand in your own businesses, in your own buildings? All right. So I see a couple of votes still coming in. All right. All right. Perhaps I'll give you 30 more seconds to answer the poll. Let us know. Let us know how you currently use your data. So are all of your activities and decisions and business operations data-driven? Or 50% of your operations and activities, are they data-driven? 25%? Or is it 0% that you do not use or collect data at all? Okay, I think about half of the people have voted. All right, I see some votes still coming in. All right, let me give you 10 more seconds to cast your vote. Okay guys, may chance pa kayong mag-vote. All right. And let me just quickly close the poll and share the results. All right. So all with 36% leading the charge, all our activities and decisions are data-driven, followed by 29% if you say 50% of our operations are data-driven. And then 21% say that 25% of our operations are data-driven, and 14% do not use or collect data. All right. Okay, Sir Marns, shall I launch the second poll?
Yep, thank you. Yep, yes, please. Yep, actually
Okay.
the poll, yes, please, Mia.
Okay, let me just launch it. All right. So for our second poll, we want to know which areas are you interested in exploring?
Yep.
When it,
Hello, hello, Mia.
yes, po?
Yeah, actually that's a poll for later.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a
okay.
poll for later. So you
So
could you present
let me just
my
close that.
second part? Yep.
Okay.
Yes, please. So yeah, so thank you everyone for responding to our poll. It also gives a good indication of where we are, and it's good to see that more than 75% are already using data. So the challenge right now is how do you now make sense of this data so that it can contribute value to you using insights and using trends, patterns, and behaviors. So next slide, please, Mia. Yeah, Mia, next slide, please. In this particular section, we'll share with you how we at AWS and with VBusiness help companies, particularly real estate engineering and construction companies, to modernize while you drive sustainability, productivity, and safety for your customers, your tenants, and guests. Yeah, next slide, please, Mia. So what we have done is created levels of maturity of buildings. So it's good to know that more than 75% are already using data. And most likely, you are either at level 1 or level 2. Level 1 is that your buildings are connected and that you're collecting data from various systems such as your building management system, your building management system, your preventive maintenance management system, or even employing workflows to make sure that data is collected from CCTV, access control, and all those. So you are at level 1 where your buildings are connected and collecting data. Intent that from this data, I would then want my buildings to become intelligent. Intelligent in the sense that I could employ more sensors. I could make a building management system be automated. I could have more dashboards or improved dashboards to improve the performance of my building. And likewise, have a prescriptive maintenance of my building so that the biggest cost of buildings in maintaining buildings is on maintenance. In the last figure that was shared by the Green Building Association, if your building is green, 40% of your maintenance of your cost is actually put in on maintenance, particularly reactive maintenance. And this is where an intelligent building allows you to actually manage your cost by coming up with prescriptive maintenance to make sure that even before anything happens with your equipments and assets, they are maintained well. Level 3 is on smart buildings wherein I could now make use of that is maintained in a particular safety level. So whether that's air and water, coming up with human-centric amenities, especially with the workforce that are half remote, half physical, even smart buildings. And I wouldn't name brands of our real estate companies, but we are using machine learning to study insights of their buildings to improve the experience that can provide to their tenants. To the higher form of smart buildings of what we call cognitive or self-aware buildings, where you now expand the use of your data inside your buildings to come up with augmented for industry companies that is using CAD/CAM or BIM. All these tools that these companies are using are already ready for AR and VR. Next slide, please. Yeah, next slide, please, Mia. So regardless of which levels you are, there are 5 fundamental use cases that you can experiment and pilot now. Almost all cases, real estate and engineering and construction companies starts with this first use case, data as an enabler. So we at AWS and at VBusiness can actually help you collect your data, retrieve your data, regardless whether it's coming from IoT sensors or from systems, and build you a data lake that will allow you to collect as much data that we can. And data is not just limited to systems. Data can also be collected from social or from social media, especially if you want to hear comments or observation about your building. Not only from your tenants, but also to coming up a data platform that of utmost level in your buildings. The other use case is making physical systems smart. So if you are a building owner, or if you are an engineering and construction company, or air conditioning, electrical utilities provides value, that can provide value to you. So we can make your physical system smart by making them talk to each other through the use of the data that you've just collected, up to coming up with real-time insights and improving occupant experiences. What to do, we are sharing these slides to you, is to choose which use case is most important to you today, so that if you help you, we could start with a use case to pilot and experiment. A typical experiment could last from 2 weeks to a month, so that you can already experience what we mean by data is an enabler. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Can anyone hear me?
Yes, Sir Marns, we can hear you.
Hello?
Sir
Yeah, next
Marns?
slide, please, Mia.
Yes, do you see the changed slide? Hello?
Yeah, so yes, Mia. Can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me, Mia?
Yes po.
Hello?
Yes po. We can hear you po, Sir Marns.
Can you hear me, Mia? Okay. Yeah. So allow me to share these 11 dimensions that industry practitioners have created for the new normal. You could use these dimensions as well to either enhance or improve either your design or your existing buildings into these dimensions. It could be from workspace management, specifically areas where hygiene, safety, and security is of importance. You could also look at space utilization, especially in meetings, especially where physical distancing is important. Likewise, practitioners have indicated security in their top 3 list. So whether I am incoming or going out of the building, or what they call ingress and egress management in terms of security, is important. So I'm not just capturing CCTV footages. I'm also creating patterns and behaviors to look at ingress and egress. Two, parking management. These are contactless parking management systems that you can employ. Next slide, please. So how we at AWS can help you, real estate engineering construction companies, is in 5 ways. We can be your data platform, where we can help you collect data from your systems and help you come up with different levels of insights. So whether it's coming from a manual system or coming from both a manual system and a software system. So VBusiness, for example, the chatbot that Julianne mentioned a while back, is a good channel to collect data from your tenants. Likewise, business DevOps team can actually connect to systems that can collect data from databases from other systems, so that you don't need to worry of how do I collect data from different systems, from different applications, from different operating systems. Allow us to help you and handle that, because that is where our value is. Two, coming up with collaboration and visibility tools that you can use for trending, reporting, insight sharing, and all those. To even coming up with managed service. If, for example, you have a lean IT force, VBusiness particularly can be your arm, can be your partner to help you be agile. Next slide, please. And more than the services that you could actually use inside AWS, we could also help you come up with a roadmap that allows you to focus on 4 key areas. In any real estate company, forecasting and operational insights is a fundamental requirement to make sure that my projects are on time and on budget, to make sure that my building is safe through and through, year on year, and to make sure that I have enough insights that my operations are at 80 or 85% sustained all the time. The second segment that most real estate engineering and construction companies are looking at is on predictive maintenance. As I shared, 40% of cost or expense of this industry is coming from poor or reactive maintenance. And we can help your buildings be efficient. Again, using the data and the insights that we can provide you. Two, employee and health safety, especially for engineering construction companies. The biggest factor of risk in any construction companies is maintaining the health and safety of the employees. To coming up with innovative employee training, where you don't need everyone to come to the office to get trained. Everything now is virtual. Even training can be done remotely. So how can we help you put your training materials into the cloud and use digital to help them continue their training? Next slide, please. So briefly, when we look at forecasting and insight, we can help you improve your forecast and increase visibility from the time that the project is conceptualized to the time that the project is completed, with clear, actionable insights. So data collecting alone is not sufficient. Data with value that creates action becomes a important asset for companies. And we do have the tools necessary to do this, and we have VBusiness that can help you use these AWS services. Next slide, please. Predictive maintenance is allowing us to help you ingest, when we say ingest, collect data from all your systems that you're using in managing your buildings or even during your engineering design. If you're using BIM, if you're using CAD, if you're using any systems that has data on it, even if you're using paper or manual data, AWS and Value Line can actually extract data from scanned images. So there's no more worry that you may have that, oh, most of my data are in paper, or most of my data are on systems that are outdated. Allow us to help you and assess how can we help you collect data from this. And from here, once data is collected, we can then create formulas that can predict the health of your systems so that we can predict potential mechanical failures even before they occur. Next slide, please. So employee health and safety is important as well. As we know, employee wearables are being employed now by key engineering construction companies, so that as any employee comes in or goes out in a, for example, in a construction environment, I'm not just maintaining the health of my employee, but likewise collecting data surrounding the employee. Next slide, please. Two, coming up with employee training. So AR and VR doesn't have to be expensive. I can deliver or we can help you deliver employee training even with the use of their mobile phones. Remember that our mobile phones today are equipped with fundamental sensors. So how can we use this? Either on a location-based service, either using the video on or the cameras on their phones, or any sensing mechanism that's already present in your worker's phone. Next slide, please. What we did also because of COVID was to extend how we can help you with compliance to PPE, or what we call personal protective equipment. Next slide, please. So automating PPE compliance has always been has been a challenge last year, mainly because most, if not all, companies were caught unaware. So what we are doing is addressing your pain points of first collecting data from your PPE, likewise creating workflows or automation so that we can use the data as we go to look at how we can address compliance within your PPE scorecard. Two, coming up with PPE compliance tracking, whether it may be distancing or safety of your engineers, or even whether your employees are experiencing fatigue that will actually put at risk the safety of not just the employee, but likewise the bigger base. Two, coming up with a deployment support to help you with your PPE compliance. Next slide, please. Yeah, Mia, next slide, please. So what we're doing is automating your compliance for PPE, which is the new normal as we proceed. So from several systems, or sorry, from several data, we could just make it one instead of many, monitor it 24/7, and automate your process 80% of the time. So allow us to if your key business challenge is on PPE compliance, let us know, and AWS and VBusiness can help you. Next slide, please. So with that, I'd like to pause and ask Mia for our next poll.
Okay, Sir Marns. Okay, let me just launch the poll that I accidentally launched earlier. So, with everything that you have discussed, that Sir Marnie has discussed with you, we would like to know what areas you're interested in exploring for your own business. Is it forecasting and operational insights, data lake, predictive maintenance, employee health and training, or PPE compliance? Let us know by casting your vote. Okay. Um, Let me give you some more time to, if you're interested in everything, you can select them all. If you're interested in only one or two or three, you can let us know. So the choices are forecasting and operational insights, data lakes, predictive maintenance, employee health and training, or PPE compliance. So, okay. I see a few more votes coming in. All right. Okay, maybe I can give you another 30 seconds so that people can still cast their vote. All right. Okay. I'll give you last 15 seconds to cast in your votes so that you can tell us um, what areas you're interested in exploring for the real estate industry with AWS technology. All right. Let me just close that poll and share the results. Okay, so everyone said that they're interested in forecasting and operational insights. 40% said employee health and training, so that matters to them. 30% answered data lakes, 20% predictive maintenance, and 20% PPE compliance. Okay, I will turn over back the floor to Sir Marns to continue his discussion.
Yep, thanks Mia, and thanks everyone for the poll. Yep. So thank you Mia, and thank you everyone for responding to the poll. Next slide, please, Mia. That allows us also to look at how we can help you. So my last two slides is an interesting topic, which actually the use of drones. In a lot of the businesses right now, not just on real estate and construction, drones are widely used and even deployed. So drones are not just used to capture videos, but drones are also used to manage progress of a construction. So next slide, please. Next slide, please, Mia. So the drones that are being used are not actually the high-end drones. These are even drones that are used for use in typical games, mainly to look at 5 areas. One, land surveys, especially when you are starting the construction of your building or even before it starts. Second is on building inspections by floor. So I have eyes inside the construction through my employees, but I could also look at and use, and they are also already using drones to capture data periphery to the building so that I can have both views inside and outside. Likewise, providing visual material for clients and staff. Most of our customers now are very demanding and they'd like to see how their projects are progressing. So showing them videos and showing them virtual progress of the project allows them to trust you in the delivery of their projects. Two, maintaining on-site activities, especially if you have land surveys. Three, scheduled maintenance or scheduled security activities for your employees. Two, security for those have used the construction site for warehouse. Two, even mapping data. So there are several uses that drones are being used now. So I'm not talking about the future. Drones are being used the video or any form of data that's important to the real estate engineering and construction business. Next slide, please. So what I'd like you to do is, we don't sell drones. You could actually go to any, if you're using drones already, what we actually can help you is how do we help you collect data and use the data that you've collected, whether it's video or from any sensor, so that we can create insights for you. So the next poll question comes, Mia.
Oh, Sir Warren, sorry. I'm experiencing a little bit
Yeah,
of
Mia.
technical difficulty. Hello, with the poll. Um, is it okay if we just ask for their answers through chat or through the questions panel? Um, so let me
Yeah, sure. Yep.
just.
Mhm.
Okay, so
So the
guys,
question, yeah. Mhm.
yes, please bear with us lang because I'm experiencing a little technical difficulty. Um, Okay, so Sir Marnes, maybe you can ask the question and then they can just type it in to the question panel.
Yeah. So yeah, the question is actually, are you using drones? Yes or no? Actually, that's the poll question. And if you are, if no, regardless whether it's yes or no, are you collecting data? So with that, actually, that's a simple poll question. You could go to the next slide, please. So for those that have responded no, and if you are interested to use drones, if you could also indicate in the chat box as well. So let me end with my session with sharing with you who the customers and partners that we have in the real estate industry. Most of the companies that you see here are foreign, but we do have local companies, especially our real estate developers and customers, and even our next slide, please. Even engineering and construction companies are next slide, please, Mia. Yeah, Mia. Next slide, please. Yep. So Acom, Hyundai, Siemens, Nixdorf, Cat, all the more, I would say, known brands that is used in engineering construction are both our customers and our partners. Hyundai, Samsung, so you name it, we are working with them, particularly on their practice. With that, next slide, please. I am ending my presentation with a big thank you. And with this, we are the leader in smart cities and smart buildings at AWS. And do let us know how we and Value Line or V Business can help you. With that, I turn over the floor to you, Mia.
Thank you, Sir Marnes. Okay, that was such an insightful and educational presentation. Thank you so much for that. All right. So let me just switch screens for um a bit. So sorry guys about the technical difficulties in the middle. from VBusiness. But before that, we'd like to know some of your feedback. So let me just, I will just launch my poll very quickly. All right. Hold on. Okay. So can everyone see my screen?
Yes, Mia.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Sorry about that. All right. So your feedback is important to us. And we'd like you to answer just a few questions. I will just use the poll instead. Hold on. Just give me a minute. All right. Whew, okay, so we would like to know, how would you like to rate our event overall? Let me just launch this poll very quickly. All right. Okay, let me just give you a chance, give you some time to think about it. 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. Okay, we really appreciate your feedback. So you can rate us 1 and we'd still appreciate you guys. It's very valuable to us so that we know how we can improve for our future events. Okay, we're still getting some votes trickling in. So thank you guys for your feedback. We hope that it was helpful for you and educational, and that you're able to pick something up and learn something new. All right, so let me just close that poll. Okay, next. How would you rate our speakers for today? Okay, 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. Okay. Let me give you another 30 seconds so that more people have a chance to cast their vote. So how would you rate our speakers for today's event? Hope that you're able to give your vote. I'll give you another 15 seconds. Okay, let me close that. And last 2 questions, guys. Please bear with us. All right. How would you rate this webinar's content? Is it relevant for you? So 1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest. We'd really appreciate knowing if we were able to target the right set of people. We hope that it is relevant for you guys. Okay, I still see some votes coming in. We'd like to know how relevant the content of this webinar was for you. Okay, last 10 seconds. All right. And last question, we'd like to know if you have any plans to deploy workloads on the cloud, in the cloud. So select one of the following. Yes, in the next 0 to 6 months. Yes, in the next 7 to 11 months. Yes, in the next 12 months or more. Or no, we don't have plans yet. So we'd like to know, guys, please let us know if you have any plans to deploy any of your workloads on the cloud. It will be very helpful for us. All right, so I'm still seeing some votes coming in. Okay, let me give you another 20 seconds. So after you voted, guys, we have a little game. So stick around for that. We want to test if you're able to listen. I think all of the votes are in. Okay. Okay. All right. So let's play fastest fingers. All right, guys. So we need to test your knowledge if you were listening or not. So this is basically just pabilisan. I will let's test it out right now. If you can just type on the chat or the question part of the dashboard, can you just type hello and let me know that you're there? All right, so I'm seeing some people typing in their responses. All right, all right. All right. Okay, so we still have a good number of people that are still here. All right. Okay, so everyone is ready. Okay, so for the first question, what is the name of the chatbot developed by VBusiness? Go. Okay. All right. We have, oh, a lot of answers coming in at the same time. Wow. Okay. Okay. So, congratulations to Michael Tinsay for getting it correct. So, um, it's called YezPo Chatbot or YezPo. Okay, so for the next question, give one customer experience trend in 2021 that had been discussed in today's session. All right. I'm not seeing any responses yet. I'll give you 10 seconds to answer. All right, so we see some answers already. Okay. All right. So these are the answers. Customer service will get increasingly conversational. Personalization is the key to build uh, shucks. data relationships, performance insights and analytics, and the rise of chatbot as a virtual assistant. So the one who got it correct is Kim Oliver Laos. Congratulations, Kim. You'll also get a Grab voucher from us. Okay, question number 3. Where does robotics fall under in the building continuum? So this was discussed by Sir Marnie. So it's A, connected building, level 1, intelligent building, level 2, smart building, level 3, Shucks. Or cognitive self-aware building level 4. All right. So where does robotics fall under in the different levels of the building continuum? Okay. So I think we have all answers in. I'm seeing a lot. All right. So congratulations to Miss Shella Marie Longanilia. So the answer is number 3, cognitive or self-aware building level 4 is the correct answer. All right. So now it's time for our live question and answer portion. We have here Sir Marnie, and our speakers from earlier, Miss Junie and Miss Ren. Hello, are you guys there?
Yes, hi everyone.
Okay, we're also joined by Sir
Yeah,
Edison.
Pia.
Okay, so if anyone has any questions, now is the time to ask. Or maybe you guys have any comments or anything that you'd like to add to your presentations also. So we really appreciate it. If you guys had anything to say, you can just type it up or raise your hand and we can unmute you. Okay, so
I
we
think there's
have
a
one
question
question. Yes, there's a question. So
from
can
Kim.
chatbot?
Can
Yes,
chatbots
can
do
chatbots do
analytics?
analytics? Okay.
Hi. Sorry, my connection is intermittent.
Do
So
analytics?
can chatbot do analytics? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Miss Junie.
Yes, actually,
Yep,
chatbot
we
can
can
do
hear you.
analytics.
Celine.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Yes, actually, chatbot can do analytics. So, since chatbot already AI, it allows us to collect the informations via conversation with your page or website visitors. So it can collect the data, analyze it, and then it can present the data analytics gathered from those conversations. So it can be used in creating your campaign with your customers. So it not only lack in real estate agency, it can also use in other industries that who want to collect customer informations based on customer behavior as well. So I hope I answered your question, Kim Oliver. Thank you.
Okay, Miss Junie, we have another
Yeah.
question about YezPo. So how do you deploy YezPo?
Wow, thank you so much for that question. Yes, keep it coming. Yes, Michael, how do we deploy our YesPo? Since I've show it earlier to my presentation, it is integrated with Messenger, Facebook Messenger. It's a one-click type of deployment, so we don't need to code anything. So we just need an API to connect our chatbot to our Facebook pages using the format of a messenger. So we can also do it in our websites. So it's easier now since this is no more coding type of deployment. I hope I answered the question as well. Okay, for Mr.
Yep.
Kim Oliver,
There's
is it
a
possible?
yep.
Yes, sir, Marnie?
Yeah, sorry. I was about to read the question of Kim. Is it possible to replace human input by AI completely? Um, Let me address this, Junie. Actually,
Yes,
technically
sir.
it can, but sometimes we also look. Yeah, sometimes we look at ethics. Sometimes we look at humanly possible. So I would say, depending on the use case that you're looking at, especially if it's to complement but not necessarily replace for, let's say, ethical or professional or business imperatives. So we can look at, and it's also been shared by most, if not all of industry analysts, that AI and human inputs, or AI can actually augment areas where it's impossible for humans to actually do. And that's the purpose of AI. That's the purpose also of robotics. That's also a purpose of technology. So, and that's the reason why when we look at use cases, we also look at areas that will address the outcome that you'd like us to derive. So, Kim, I hope I was able to address your question. And there's another
Yeah.
question,
Sir Marnie.
Junie, for you. Is
Sir
FB
Marnie.
mandatory? Oh, yep. Sir Edison. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Sir
Go ahead.
Marnie, yeah. Also, I'd like to give some use case what we did for the government. So replacing human input, like we use the chatbot for the frequently asked questions. So we gather the FAQs. So the one answering is the AI already, the chatbot AI. So since the data is already given and consolidated, so what normally their challenge is sometimes they just need to reboot the reset the username password. They just want assistance from this area. So the AI chatbot answered those frequently asked questions. So just for that use case. So yes, it helped them
Yep.
a lot because they have 40,000 agencies. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Uh-huh. Actually, that's a great use case. That's actually a great use case, Sir Edison, that you shared for Kim, and that's the reason why I shared a while back. Let's look at the use case.
Yeah.
So the frequently asked questions, because it's not humanly possible if I only have, let's say, 5 customer agents answering 40,000 agencies. So in using the insights and the intelligence and the data, if 90% of them have already been asked before, like the FAQs, historical and all those, that's where AI could actually complement. So great use case, Sir Edison, and can also be applied in all other use cases. Where
Yeah.
when and that's the reason why
Yeah.
data and data collection and getting value from the data is the first step that can help you use your AI or machine learning.
Yeah.
I think there's a follow-up question, Sir Edison, K. Junie.
Okay.
Yes,
If
I'm back.
Facebook is a
Mandatory in deploying, yes po. Okay, thank you,
is a
sir.
requirement.
Yes. Actually, for the chatbot, initially, chatbot can be integrated with with the Facebook, since it is integrated with the messenger. But in our use cases, we have clients that they want to deploy their chatbot using on their own applications. So we just need to
Yeah. It's on the roadmap actually to put in other. Yeah. Sorry. It's on the roadmap already that we will put it on other platform because the product roadmap of chatbot can be used in Viber and other social media platform because the reason behind on the FB or Messenger because as you know even in the smallest internet speed or yes, internet speed. If you can notice, Messenger responded, so it works. So yun yung the reason behind, because if you will going to use an application, sometimes it resources on the device. So one of the reason is, yeah, we will use most of the known social media platform. So that's on the roadmap already. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, Junie,
Thank you,
for
sir.
interrupting.
It's okay, sir Ed. Thank you so much for that answer. I hope he answered the question of Mr. Michael Tinsay.
Okay, yeah. Any more?
Okay, guys.
Yep.
So
Yep. I don't see any more questions. Mia.
yes, I don't see any more questions either. Okay, so I guess we can end there. If you guys have any other um comments or suggestions, you can, or concerns, you can please reach out to Ms. Crystal Hernandez of VBusiness. So you can email her at crystal.hernandez@vbusiness.ph. So thank you for attending, guys. Thank you to our speakers. Thank you, Sir Marnie. Thank you, Sir Edison. Thanks, Ms. Junie and Ms. Ren, for sharing your knowledge and insights. And I hope everyone had a good time, and we won't keep you for long now. We'll be emailing the winners. So we have early bird awards, and we'll be reaching out to you directly. So thank you for sticking around and staying with us as we rise up to the clouds for the real estate industry. Okay, so my name is Mia Palanca, and I hope you guys have a good lunch and have a great day after. Bye, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
everyone. Bye.
everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir Edison, Stal, Junie.
Sir Marnie, thank you. God bless. Mia, thanks. And the rest.